Sony recently made some big announcements at the annual Paris Game Week. First up, Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls developer Quantic Dream revealed their latest game titled Detroit: Become Human. The project first saw the light of day as a tech demo back in 2012, but now it's a full-fledged game where players take control of a humanoid robot searching for freedom. No release window has been named. Speaking of science fiction, Matterfall is a new game from the makers of Dead Nation and Super Stardust. Players will use futuristic weaponry and agility to battle a strange red material called smart matter. The massive exploration game No Man's Sky will finally launch in June 2016, having originally been slated to launch before the end of this year. That's not the only exploration game. Boundless is a cross-platform sandbox adventure where everyone plays together in a single online universe. No release window yet, and hopefully gamers won't get it confused with No Man's Sky. We finally know when to expect Street Fighter V. The new game will start kicking February 16th, 2016 on the PS4 and PC. We still don't know the full roster, but we do know that there will be 6 additional DLC characters released after launch. And Sony has announced a slew of new games for their PlayStation VR headset. Tekken 7, released in Japan arcades earlier this year, will make its console debut on the PS4, complete with VR support. It will be interesting to see what a fighting game is like in virtual reality. The next Gran Turismo game is called Gran Turismo Sport and will support PlayStation VR. It's being developed by Polyphony Digital and will have a strong focus on online racing, complete with new virtual championships. The slasher film inspired Until Dawn is getting a spin-off called Until Dawn: Rush of Blood. It's exclusive to the PlayStation VR and is an on-the-rails shooter. Rebellion, the studio behind Sniper Elite, is making a VR game based on the classic arcade game Battlezone, which looks a lot like Tron. Finally, Crysis developer Crytek announced Robinson: The Journey, a VR game with dinosaurs. The PlayStation VR headset will launch in the first half of 2016. Wow, Sony's coming on strong with a lot of big announcements, and Marissa, I think you're excited for Tekken 7 in VR, aren't you?
Of course, yeah. I'm just practicing my fighting stance. This is what they do. This is what they do.
Is that how we're going to play the game?
Yeah.
Are we going to have Move controllers in our hands? And
that's going to be me in my living room with the VR headset on.
Right.
It's going to be me doing
so
this,
cool.
and then like taking punches like this.
So cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
so
we'll
cool.
have a film crew around you shooting all of it. But you know what excites me about the PlayStation VR in particular is that PlayStation makes games. They make good games. They're doing very well with the PlayStation 4 right now, and they're reinvesting it into cool stuff. So I'm actually very excited about their take on VR because they're assembling a nice collection of developers. You know, Battlezone coming back, I think that's so cool. That's one of my favorite old arcade franchises. I used to love the old Activision game that was on PC.
Love that stuff.
Interesting to see Gran Turismo as a VR title. I think it's kind of crazy.
This whole robot situation.
The Detroit Become Human?
Yes, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
Like, that looks unbelievable, but it also has this Ex Machina
It totally
feel
reminds
to
me of
it.
Ex Machina.
That's what it looks like, and it looks fantastic.
It also has a Deus Ex vibe to it.
For sure. I mean, it does look like a movie, though. I'm not sure how it's going to play.
That's what they do. They make sort of cinematic, interactive pieces, and I think what happens, though, every time they get more technology to work with, they expand their world and expand their opportunities. You know,
impress us with trailers.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I want to see that. But right now, we've got to move on to a review of Zombie Vikings.
The Rundown is brought to you by EB Games.